Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Gulfstream Park here on Saturday. It is February the 27th, 2016. I'm back after 2 weeks absence. I had a horrible flu. So it's an excellent card from Gulfstream. We have a lot of races to handicap. If you want full card selections for the other races that I'm not going to handicap, go to Horse Racing Kid 5, my Twitter account. The races I will be looking at are races 1, the first race, the fourth race, the fifth race, the sixth race, the eighth race, ninth race, 11th race, and 12th race. I don't know why they couldn't just put these races back to back to back. I'm for that. I don't know why racetracks do that. Just to give it a little bit extra to make it trickier for the handicappers. But to recap that, that was races 1, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12. Basically all the stakes races. So let's get on to it. Today's opener, 12 o'clock post time. It is the second edition of the Texas Glitter Stakes for $75,000 for 3-year-olds. We have a field of 9 horses traveling 5 furlongs on the turf course, and it looks like the rail will be set at 0 feet, but I'm not giving you any promises. 5 furlongs. And I'm going to do a 10-cent super here. It's going to cost you 60 cents to play this one. I'm going to key in on the 7 horse here, who was Manhattan Dan at 7 to 2. I'm going to put that horse on top for my trifecta key. Underneath, going to put the 3, 4, 6 for, or my super key for 10 cents. Going to cost you 60 cents. For number 7, Manhattan Dan, it's top pick. 7 2, Javier Castellano. Last time out, we're at Del Mar, 1 mile, November the 29th, in the Cecil B. DeVille Mile. This horse finished 12th by 19 and a half lengths. I don't say that often. He just had a horrible start. He just kept pulling. Had a horrible. He wanted to go, but the jockey didn't want to let him go. Cutting back to 5 furlongs really helped this one. Big Brown, he's run on the turf. He should really do well here. Gary Contessa sitting this one in. At this current meet, Gary Contessa is 16-1, 1 win, 0 seconds, 7 thirds. So just keep that in mind. He's at a Keeneland on a yielding turf course 1 mile on October 30th in the British Cup Juvenile Turf. Grade 1 that day. Was leading all throughout that day until the finish. Got finished 7 by 7 1/4 lengths that day. He just weakened that day. And then the maturity at 6 furlongs on October 17th at Belmont. Finished 3rd by 6 lengths. That was a really good race, that maturity race. He was just tiring that day. Cutting back to sprinting distance on turf course, horse would really do well. He won a 5.5 furlong main special weight up at Saratoga during the summer. So going to go with this one. So recap my bets for the Texas Glitter Stakes. Race number 1 from Gulfstream. Going to go with the 7 horse. Key that horse on top. Underneath, going to box the 3, 4, 6 for 10 cents. The super should cost you 60 cents. So now let's get on to race number 4. The 4th race is the 42nd edition of the Gulfstream Park Sprint. Grade 3 purse, $100,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 8 horses traveling 6.5 furlongs. It's another very nice race. 6.5. And I'm going to do a trifecta key here. I'm going to key in on the 4 horses, my top selection, who is ready for Rye at 9 to 2. Javier Castellano again. You got to have a really good day. I'm going to put that horse on top. Underneath, going to put the 2-5 for 50 cents. Going to cost you $1. But number 4, ready for Rye. Javier Castellano, Tom Albatrani, this 4-year-old gelding who got gelded on the January 31st, 2014, or was reported a gelding. It's not the exact actual date, you know. But last time out, ran the British Cup Turf Sprint at Keeneland 5.5 on October 31st. Finished 7 by 7 lengths that day. Was leading early, but just weakened that day. Then in the Allied Forest Stakes at Belmont, 6 furlongs on the mud on September 13th. 1 by 4 3/4 lengths. Had a really nice run that day. He's very comfortable. I'm going to try and pick away. I really like the horse, the 5 horse XY Jet. I have really bad luck with horses who are won for 4 in a row, and if I pick him, it's going to lose. So I'm going to stay away with that. Personally, I just don't think he's going to run his race today. I think it's going to go to somebody else. So in a pick 4 or the pick 5, I know a lot of people would single the 5. I would actually pick against him. I probably would use the 4 and the 2 in the pick 5. Especially 2. I really like the 2 horse also, but the 4 horse looks like he's a little bit more of I think he could do better. This horse, his last few starts have been really good on turf. Earlier last year, was running the Woody Stevens at Belmont on Belmont Stakes Day. Finished 3rd by 5.5 lengths that day. Was leading all throughout, but got caught in the upper stretch and was weakening. And ran the Bayshore at Aqueduct last season, finished third by 4 3/4 lengths. It was just 2 to 3 wide and really never got to the lead. And actually won the swale over this race course last season and finished second in the spectacular bid. So 2 for 1 over this course. His worst finish was second. He's been training decently. I'm gonna go with this one. So recap my bets for race before the Gulfstream Park the Gulfstream Park Sprint Stakes. Gonna go with the 4 horse. Gonna put that horse on top. Underneath, gonna box 2-5 for 50 cents. Gonna cost you $1. For the pick 5 scenario, I'm probably gonna go 4-2-4. I'm gonna try and pick away from the 5. So now let's get on to race number 5 from Gulfstream Park. What is the Facing Ticton Devona Dale Stakes Grade 2 purse, $200,000 for fillies, 3-year-olds. And every year it seems like this race is at a different distance since they redid Gulfstream Park. It used to be always like a mile 70 yards. Now, it was a mile and 8th, then it was a mile 16th, then it was like I think it was 7 furlongs 1 year. Now it's a mile. So next year it's gonna be something different. Next year it's gonna be like 5.5 furlongs. Traveling a mile here, a very nice race. 1 mile. And I'm going to do a trifecta key here. Going to put the 1 horse on top, who is Thrilled at 6 to 1. Going to put that horse here on top. Underneath, going to box the 4-5 for 50 cents. Going to cost you $1. But number 1, Thrilled at 6 to 1. John Velasquez, his Uncle Mo, sired horse, just 3-year-old filly. Last time out, run at Aqueduct here in New York, a mile and 8th in the Demoiselle Stakes. Grade 2 event against fillies. Finished second by 1 3/4 lengths. The horse who won that day, Lewis Bay, is running back today. This horse was really stalking the pace and just ran on to a very nice second place finish. Is getting is getting blinkers on today, which will really help this one. And then the Breeze Cup Juvenile Turf, Juvenile Phillies Turf actually, finished 11 by 11 1/4 lengths. He just weakened that day. Had a bad start, was 5 wide. So after that was really out of it. That last start in Demoiselle was the horse's first start on dirt, and I'd say it was a pretty good start. He should handle dirt really well. Should handle distance really well. 6 to 1. I love the price. It's probably going to be a little bit more. I think I will probably get like 8 to 1 on this horse. But this horse is running in these New York 2-year-old turf races. In the Miss Grillo finished second. Finished second in the P.J. Johnson Broker Maiden on mile 16th on turf course Saratoga. So I'm going to go with this one. So recap my bets for the 5th race from Saratoga, from Gulfstream Park to Devona Dale. Going to go with the 1 horse. Going to key that horse on top. Underneath, going to box the 4-5 for 50 cents. Going to cost you $1 to play this trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 6. The 6th race is 33rd running of the Here Comes the Bride Stakes. Grade 3 purse, $150,000 for fillies mares. Actually, for fillies 3-year-olds, excuse me. We have a field of 8 horses traveling a mile and a 16th. And I'm going to go with the 8 horse in this race, who looks very hard to beat. The rail for this race will be set out. It looks like 0 feet again, but just don't trust me on that one. I'm going to key in on the 8 horse Catch Glimpse as my top selection here. Looks very hard to beat in this spot. The past Breeders' Cup Juvenile Phillies Turf winner. 1 by 3/4 length that day, keeling on the yielding turf course. He just ran on well, stuck in pace early, but was driving 3/16 pole. Really went on to a very nice victory. Then the Talma Stakes at Woodbine, 1 mile on a good turf course, September the 12th. 1 by 5 lengths. Again, was leading all throughout and just went on to a very nice victory. This horse is 2 of the horse's best races have come on a very wet turf course. So that's a big, it's a question. And then up at Woodbine, 7 furlongs on August 22nd in lounge race for 80,000. 1 by 3/4 lengths, basically leading after the first furlong or so. Was driving and held his own. Throughout the horse's first race, was on the slop. He didn't like it that day. Finished 5th by 12.5 lengths at Saratoga. Been training at Palm Meadows, 4-4 workout in turf course Palm Meadows, and 47-1, the second best workout, 35. So going to go with this one. Like I said, I'm going to do it in a straight exacta for the race number 8. Going to go 8-4 here for $1. Going to cost you $1. So now let's get on to race number 8. And we're going to skip over the 7th race. Down to race number 8, which is the Canadian Turf Grade 3 purse, $150,000 for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 9 horses traveling 1 mile on the turf course, and it looks like they'll be using the 0 lane. 1 mile. And my top selection in this race will be the 3 horse who is long on value, who is not a Canadian bred, to keep in mind. There are quite a few Ontario breds. We have 1, 2, we have 3 Ontario bred horses in this race. I'm going to pick against us. Gonna go with the 3 horse, Long on Valley. Florent Giroux coming in from Nolans to ride this one. Last time out, throwing up Belmont 1 mile in June of 13 in the poker handicap grade 3. Finished fifth by 3.5 lengths that day. Was just outkicked that day. Has a very long layoff. Hopefully this horse could really do well. Then in Pimlico, mile 16th, and the Dixie Stakes on May the 16th. Finished fourth by 4 lengths. Was 4 wide. Had a bit 4 wide. It was 6 wide again, and just was even out that day. And then on a soft turf course in the Makers, 46 mile. Great alcohol, by the way. Finished third by 3.5 lengths. He just gave in again that day. Won this race last season by 3.5 lengths, 1.75 lengths actually. Was just clear, but had a horrible trip. Was far back early. Got bumped repeatedly. It was a little wide, but he held his own. Like I said, the layoff is the thing I'm quite worried about. I think this horse could do well, so kept my bets for the Canadian Turf racing rate from Gulfstream Park. Gonna go with the 3 horse, key that horse on top, underneath in the box 2-7 for 50 cents, gonna cost you $1. So now let's get on to race number 9 from Gulfstream Park. The ninth race is the Sand Spring Stakes. Purse $100,000. It's the first edition of this race. For fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards, we have a field of 14. That was 14 horses traveling 1 mile, and they'll be using the outer turf course, the outer lane, 72 feet out from its true position. 1 mile. And I'm going to go straight to the outside for this one. I'm going to go to the 13 horse, who is Fuller at 12-1. Going to key that horse on top, underneath, going to box the 5-8 for 50 cents, going to cost you $1. But number 13 for Filler, Grand Motion, Edgar Prado, who is 36-0 this season, but he was out quite a bit for an injury. I believe he broke his ribs, a few of them, but has 7 seconds and 3/3, so keep that in mind. But last season, this horse ran at last year, November 21st, at Churchill on a yielding turf course, 1 mile and 1/8 in the Cardinal handicap. Finished 8th by 14.25 lengths. He just was empty late. I don't know what happened that day. And then at excuse me. Then at Belmont, 1 mile, 16th October the 17th in the Athenia Stakes. Finished 8th by 2.25 lengths. Getting Lasix for the first time was just far back early. It was 3 wide at that little hook, and was just outrun. Like I said, for horses first start in America. And the start 4, that was at Deauville in France, August 30th in the Prix de Marie Group 3 race that day. Finished 4th by 3.5 lengths. He just didn't go on. Over this course, I think this horse should do well. Been training exceptionally well. Had a workout, Palm Meadows, 5-phone workout, 59-1 on the turf course, 14th best out of 39, and a 5-phone workout in 1 minute and 3. So, gonna go with this one. So recap my bets for race number 9 from Gulfstream Park. Gonna go with the 13 horse. Keep that horse on top. Underneath, gonna box to 5-8 for 50 cents. Gonna cost you $1. So now let's get on to race number 11. The 11th race, which is probably my favorite race from Gulfstream Park. It's always been a favorite of mine. It is the 34th running of the Palm Beach Stakes, grade 3, purse $150,000 for 3-year-olds. Field of 14 horses. Usually always get a full field in this race. Traveling the mile 16th, and I believe either last year or this year is the first year they're running it in mile 16th. It used to always be a mile and 1/8, and personally, I'd rather see it at a mile and 1/8. It's always been a better race. But they're going to run it at mile 16th. And you always see some really good horses that come out of this race. Later on in the year, you'll see horses running in the Secretariat at Arlington, the Virginia Derby. When that was around, you would see horses running that race. Sometimes those big races on Belmont Stakes Day on the turf. Sometimes you even see a horse in the Derby from this race. So you have seen horses that have run in this race that went on to the Derby. I believe actually Animal Kingdom ran in this race in 2011, if I'm not mistaken. But 14 horses, and I'm going to go to the outside. It's a very wide open race. For pick six, I would probably use all 4 horses. What I'm using in the soup effect of, but I'm going to go with the 14 horse as his top selection, Azar, who actually entered for a race tomorrow on dirt. But going to key that horse here on top at 6-1. Underneath, it's going to box to 5-6-9 for a 10-cent super. It's going to cost you 60 cents. But number 14, Azar, John Velasquez for top puncher. Last time out, ran on January the 30th on a good turf course, 1 mile at Gulfstream Park in the Kitten's Joy Stakes. Finished third by 1 1/4 lengths. He was just checking that day. A lot of the horses are running back in this race also. He got checked, but was actually placed second through disqualification. That was the horse's first start since Breeze Cup Juvenile Turf, Keeneland 1 mile on October the 30th. He was 13th by 15 1/4 lengths that day. He just had a horrible trip, was bumped on the inside. It was just not his best run. And then at Belmont, mile 16th in Pilgrim, finished second by neck that day. He was just, he bobbled at the start, was 3 wide, but was very game. Got the lead mid-stretch, but then got, caught. And then the with anticipation stakes, Saratoga, mile 16th on September the 2nd. Won by 3 quarters and was stuck in pace early. Had the alters close at the 16th pole, but really went on to a very nice victory. I'm going to go with this one. If this horse runs today, it'll be very good. If not, he's going to run tomorrow. He looks very good either way. So recap my bets for race number 11 from Gulfstream Park, the Palm Beach Stakes. I'm going to go with the 14 horse here on top for a superfecta. Underneath, going to box to 569 for 10 cents. Going to cost you 60 cents to play this ticket. So now let's get on to the featured 12th race. 12th race is the 74th running of the ExpressBet.com Fountain of Youth Stakes. Grade 2 purse, $400,000 for 3-year-olds. We have a field of only 6 horses, but it's a very stacked field of 3-year-olds traveling a mile and 16th. And this might sound crazy. I'm going to try and pick against Mohayman. I think I found a little bit of a better price because Mo Heyman is right now he's at 6 to 5. He's gonna get bet to the ground, I believe. Gonna probably use him in my I'm gonna use him in my trifecta, of course, but I'm not sure if I'll use him in a pick six situation. Gonna go keen on the 2 horse Zulu as a top selection here. Gonna put that horse here on top. Underneath, gonna box the 5-6 for 50 cents. Gonna cost you $1. I really like the horse Awesome Speed also, but gonna keep away from that horse. And Awesome Banner, I have him on my ticket. He's probably gonna set the pace, but I don't think this horse can go the mile 16th. But number 2 Zulu, really like this horse. 3-1, owned by Coolmore. Tal Pletcher trains this one for John Velasquez. Last time out, ran at Gulfstream Park. 7 furlongs on the slot from January the 15th, an optional 75 claimer. Won by 7 1/4 lengths that day. Was starting to pace and just drew off the 5/16 pole to a very nice victory. Then at Gulfstream Park on a good surface, 6 furlongs on December the 5th and main special for 41,000. Won by 2 lengths. I was a heavy favorite again that day and just drew off clear at the 8th pole. Very nice race. Horses, 2 races have been run really well. Both those races were run on a wet surface. Hopefully, he gets dry surface, which I think he will. Has been training at Palm Beach, 4 furlong workout, 48-1. Fourth best at 19, 5 furlong workout Palm Beach, and 59-4, the best workout 13. So gonna go with this one. Like I said, he's 3-1. He's probably gonna get up to 6-1, I think, or even higher. But I really like this horse here a lot. Trying to get some value with to pick against Mohiman, who's last race he ran against nobody. I think this race is going to be the make it or break it race for him. To see how good he is, a good horse. Don't get me wrong, but I think if he loses, I think today might be the day. Austin Ben, who I also have my ticket, I don't think he's that good to win because I just don't think this horse could go the mile 16th distance. Even though these mile 16th races tend to be more towards speed horses, since there is a shorter stretch. But I don't think I'll put that horse on my pick 6 ticket. I would probably put Zulu, maybe Mohiman, but I'm still thinking about it. So gonna go with this one. So recap my bets. 12th race from Gulfstream Park, the Fountain of Youth Stakes. Gonna go with the 2 horse here for my trifecta key. Underneath, gonna box to 5-6 for 50 cents. Can cost you $1. So good luck to all. And follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.